We knew pretty early on in the summer that if we were going to do a Christmas concert, it was going to feel different. It was going to be a virtual concert. We were trying to make decisions on how are people going to access it. So plans had to go into place on how are we going to do this with virtual concert in mind.
The biggest challenge is just, completely rethinking how it's done. This is a 90-plus year tradition that year to year is largely the same sort of process. So we are all very comfortable with doing a normal Christmas concert. We know the challenges to expect. We know when it's going to be crazy busy and what that's going to look like.
In our rehearsals, we are rehearsing in the recital hall, and we're all spread out. We're 6 feet between each person, so it's a lot harder to hear. So we have to really work on listening across the whole room so that we can practice our blend. So that was definitely a challenge.
We've been rehearsing with very strict safety protocols in place. So I can speak for my orchestra, for example. We've all been spaced out, so we've taken into account physical distancing. We've been following these studies, specific performing arts studies that were executed by the University of Colorado Boulder. We've all been masked, and that includes our winds and brass players, so that has needed some very creative ways of coming up with new masks, designing new masks, and producing them.
We first had to figure out where it was going to be held, and we looked at different places on campus, but we came back to Memorial Auditorium where it usually is. But what we've done is we've switched from being on the west end with a mural behind us. We're now on the east side in the permanent seating. We also have to have all of the singers and all the instrumentalists spaced out 6 feet apart, so we had to rethink, how does the orchestra fit up on a stage? They're used to being really close to each other, and the choirs are used to standing right next to each other and being able to hold hands and everything, and now they have to be 6 feet apart, spread out in permanent seats.
Of course, one of the great challenges that came up was that neither Kira Winter or I were able to be there to film the choir portions, but we actually had a day or two where in rehearsal, our great manager of choral activities, Wyatt Steinke, was able to bring in a large computer television monitor, and I led rehearsal virtually from my basement. What I ended up doing for the concert was late one evening, I just decided I'm going to pre-record my performance conducting the piece. So I stood in the basement, cleared everything out of the way, and got all dressed up and suited up, and conducted through the pieces without the choir. Well, it turned out great. I heard the audio recording of the choir doing that, and I thought, they're as together as if I was in the room.
So it was weird not having him there. I think the whole choir was just really focused and ready to go, and the whole staff, Dr. Culleton, Wyatt, Andrew, were really well prepared for that.
The first thing was the video capture, and that happened over the course of a weekend in November, and the students worked hard. They often did 4 or 5 takes of pieces, and they kept giving it their best all the way. Video was captured. Now our video capture team is editing the video together, and we'll be putting concert song lyrics on the bottom. We'll be editing in parts of the concert that are special traditions. Our listeners and our viewers are still going to hear the voices of Peter Halverson and Rachel Horan. The wheels are going to keep turning probably up until about December 14, and then we'll release this to everybody on December 18.
It's been amazing to me to see the campus's response to this, and that I've had the help from so many other people on campus and different departments, people that are willing to step up and help to make sure that this is happening. I think it's a testament to how much this concert means to our campus, and so many people get that and they want to help out with it.
The Concordia Christmas Concert holds so much personal meaning for everyone involved. We have people that fly in from all over the country, some from different parts of the world, because this is where they get their fulfillment of hope and joy and spiritual connection and community. And we feel that as members of the choir and the orchestra and all the musicians and staff involved. This is what we look forward to every year. It holds a lot of meaning and memories and tradition. It's important that we maintain that.
I felt like hundreds of our students really needed a capstone project to be working towards, and this gave that project and that focus to their work all semester long. No matter what the rest of the semester looked like, the Christmas concert, one way or the other, was going to be a really important symbol to everybody that we're still doing what we are called to do here at Concordia. And as a college of the church, it's our honor and responsibility to sing and to celebrate the season of Christ's birth.